Welcome and welcome back. Today I have 3 DIYs for you. The first one came out of necessity of needing more counter space in my kitchen, as you can see. So I need an extra shelf in the kitchen since it's summer. I took out the toaster oven out of storage because I use it a lot during the summer. So I made this last year for my ottoman as like a tabletop to put my cups and stuff on. But since I don't have the ottoman anymore, I'm going to repurpose this and make this into another shelf. So I need to create legs for it. Okay, so I'm using the 2x3s for the legs of this tabletop, and then I'm using the 2x1s as like side supports. You'll see when I put it together, but I haven't cut the wood down. I actually pickled it first using the wood stain pickle, and then I'm going to cut it, put it together, and then seal it. Okay, so I cut these down to size. I made my pocket holes on each side. So I'm going to use this piece. I'm going to cut it down to size and do a pocket hole and attach it probably like maybe at the bottom or midway. I'm not sure yet. If you don't have a pocket hole jig, you could just screw it in from the top here and just sink it in and use some wood filler and do the same on the sides. Well, for the sides, I would probably suggest something like this, kind of overlap it and then drill in from here. So it's actually pretty sturdy without the side supports. So maybe I might not put them on. Maybe I will. Not sure yet. Okay, for the next DIY, I wanted some lanterns for outside. So I made this. I'm going to show you right now how I made it. I just used old like spaghetti jars or like pickle jars, and I cleaned them. And for the stickers, if they're really stuck, I use Gooby Gone. You get it at any hardware store or even Walmart. And then I just got some Jute Twine from Walmart. These are from the Dollar Tree. So my plan is to take this off and put them in here. They fit, see? So I have outdoor sort of lights. You can also take this off, so I'm going to see the difference of just with the light on like that, or just putting them in like this would look like. So let me show you how I made this jar. So this one's going to look a little different than this one. So first, you need one string that's going to go around like this. It's okay if it overlaps a little bit. And then you need 4 strings like this. So this one's pretty long. But what I did was just kind of fold it in half like this and made sure it was long enough, and you'll see why I'm folding them in half like this. Okay, let's get started. So this is the string that's going to go around the rim right here. I put one in the center. I'm just going to eye it because you can kind of slide it around once you get it on there. So I'm making a loop like this so you can see it. Now I'm taking these 2 strings right here and just looping it through this hole, and I'm getting my knot. There we go, so I need to add 2 more. Okay, so now I'm going to attach this string right here using some hot glue. Now I'm just going to try to evenly separate them or spread them out like this. I'm just eyeing it. And now you can tighten them too, once you kind of get them in place where you want them. Okay. See, if you notice this one, now we're going to tie them So I take this string from right here and make a V shape like this. And then I'm gonna make a knot. Then I'm gonna do the same for the next two. Grab them like this and make a V. And I'm gonna try to tie it around the same area. I'm just gonna eye it. Also too, we could do, if you wanna hold it, you could put a little dot of hot glue right there to keep it in place. And now we're gonna start that and we're gonna continue that around. Okay, now once we've gone all the way around, you're gonna grab the next one. So we're gonna open it up, and we're gonna tie it right there. And we're gonna do that again all the way around. Okay, almost done. Just once more around and I'll show you how to close it off at the bottom. Okay, some of my knots are going underneath there and I don't want them to do that, so I am going to retie these two. Since this side right here keeps pulling down, I'm going to put some hot glue right there to keep it in place, and then I'm going to tie it off at the bottom. So all you're going to do is tie one big knot at the bottom. I can do two. So what we're doing here, I just did 2 knots, and since there's extra string here, I put one in here and I'm just going to tie it to one of these. Do the same on this side. I'm going to hot glue this down and cut off the I'm going to hot glue this down and cut off the excess. You can kind of see how I did on, there we go, it's focusing. You kind of see how I did on this one. It doesn't look that pretty, but once you kind of hot glue it and sit it down, it's pretty leveled. It's done. So if you want it to look more like this one, you just take your twine, put hot glue around, and you just keep rolling it around. So I'll show you that in case you want to do that. So I'm trying to wrap it around as tightly as I can. So right here I'm thinking I need to add a little bit more glue. So I'm going to add more glue right here. So I'm just going to add on glue as I go where I think I need it. Usually it's around these like round edges right here where it's protruding out. You're going to probably need glue. I don't want to use too much hot glue or else it sticks out and you can see it. It looks kind of messy. Okay, it's done. So this is not the reveal, but I just was trying to see if I took out the center part, if there's a difference. And it looks like there is. So this one seems brighter than this one. I don't know if you can see it. And this one. Let me switch them and see what happens. There we go, I put that one in there. So that's how it'll look if you leave that little plastic thing in there. You'll be able to see it. Or it'll look like this. Let me put the camera down. I heard that these ones are better because I bought the other ones from the Dollar Tree that you stick in the ground. They're like different. They're like the pointing ones. They only lasted a year. These are supposed to last 3 years from Dollar Tree. Let's see. Okay, now it's time for the reveal. I'll do a couple with the plastic part on and some without. So I just wanted to show you this really quick before the reveal. So the last one that I did, the opening was too big, so I had to keep that little plastic thing in. So what I did was I took sand from my kid's sandbox, put it inside, and then stuck it in there, and it actually held pretty nicely. Okay, for the last DIY, I'm gonna create a pot. Well, I guess dupe a Target pot. So I went to Target, I bought this pot right here. You'll see a picture of it right about now. And it broke. So I have this pot. So what I was trying to do with the Target one was, these are self-watering planters. So hold on, let me get this. So these right here are self-watering planters. So you put this inside the pot. I have 3 of these white ones, but I didn't want to have all look the same. So I thought, oh, okay, great. I'll buy the Target pot. It's a little bit bigger, but this insert right here should fit in. Well, I was putting the insert inside, and as I was putting it inside, I heard a crack, and I thought it was the plastic. No, it was the pot. So that led me to, you know what? I don't need to buy another pot. I could just, you know, make that same pot out of the one I already have. And I'm going to do that by using Sculpey clay. So that's our last DIY. Okay, so first one I'm going to do is, this edge right here is really thin. So for me to build that like handle for it, I need to build this part up first. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut strips and build this up and then make the handle. Now I'm just going to do the handles really quick before the top dries. It's starting to get hard. Okay, so my camera died, but this is how it looks. It's all covered. I just need to wait till it dries, and usually with the air dry clay, it will crack. So I'll probably end up using plaster, since I have it, to cover the cracks up once it dries. And then I'll paint it. Okay, so I mixed up some plaster. Usually, I didn't follow the ratio. No, it's a 2-to-1 ratio for plaster. I just wanted it a little thicker so I could cover some of the cracks. You can't really see too well. There's just like a little bit of crack, and I figured I'd add a little bit of texture, and then after that I'm just gonna, oh, before I forget, so when you're putting the plaster on, Make sure you're rubbing it in a circular motion, because typically if you ever throw a pot on the wheel, it's gonna have the lines going in circle around this way. It's never gonna go up. Even if you did like a coil pot by hand, you do it in a circular motion going this way. So to get that effect, like it was thrown on the wheel or like hand built, just make sure once you put the plaster on here, like this, you go like this with your hands to kind of get that circular motion on there. It kind of makes it a little bit more authentic, because if you go up like that, pottery isn't typically made that way. Okay, I want that, it feels kind of rough, but I want that rough texture that the original piece had, so I'm going to be using the baking soda and paint mix. So I just got kind of some white paint from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to mix it in here, not being too precious about it. I just kind of poured baking soda. And then I'm just going to apply it to here, and then wait for it to dry, and then you'll see the end result. Okay, those were my 3 DIYs. I hope you enjoyed them, and I just want to say a quick thank you to my subscribers. It really means a lot to me, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I hope to see you next time on my next do-it-myself adventure, and you guys have a good week, okay? Bye.